Hey guys, Fat Daddy. Today we're going to do, I got a couple of green hams here. I got about 50 pounds, give or take. There's one here, I already did once in the fridge. I'm going to make one a prosciutto, and I'm going to do one as a country ham. We're going to cure these and hang them to dry. So we're going to go over, it's going to be a long process, so what I'll do is I'm going to explain what I'm going to do here first. I'm going to cut this skin back a little bit. I got to take this as the shoulder bone. You can see the blood that's still coming out of it. I got to squeeze the blood out of it. I got to debone this, get it back to just the ball, and then I've got to expose that ball. So I'm going to trim this face back, a bit, clean it up, and you see we'll go through where we got to squeeze all the blood out of the artery. We'll go through that in a minute, but we'll start off by, I'm just going to hack off some of this stuff that's in the way. And I just make a pile. This pile here is going to go into sausage, and this I'm going to do a stir fry tonight, a pork stir fry. So I'm just going to cut all this extra stuff off for the moment. Make a pile here. I'll come back and I'll clean this whole face up. But right now I want to get rid of this bone. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to start at the tip of the knife and just go right along the edge of the bone. It's kind of a weird shaped bone. And you're going to follow just follow the bone. It's kind of a, you see the shape of it here. It's like a, and this, I'm going to save all this. I trim this meat back, and usually I'll use it for sausage. Tonight I'm going to do a stir fry, so we'll use it on the stir fry. I'll save all this for the sausage. You want to try and save as much of the meat as you can, but let's face it, this is all going to be trimmed off anyway, so. Like that. Get right under that bone. What you're trying to do is expose the socket. Let's cut some of this off. And I know you're thinking, oh, look at all the meat. But all this is going to be used. If we don't take it off now, it won't cure properly, then we risk losing it anyway. So what we're looking for is the ball in here. Once you get this, here's the ball right there. All right, now come over here. See, that's what we're looking for right here. There's the ball, the ball of the joint, that piece right there. So what we're gonna do is we gotta get in here. There you go. You gotta cut all the connective tissue that's holding that joint on. It's starting to separate now. This is the hardest part of the whole process. Just finding this, getting this joint, there we go. There it is. Now that's free. Okay. There. Whew. That's what we're trying to get out. And again, I'm going to go through after and I'll scrape all this meat off and use that for my stir fry. But for now, all right. So now we need this exposed. This ball got to be exposed. So we're going to clean this face up a bit. Just make it a little more rounded. Let's just take a little piece off of here. Again, there's no real right way to do this. It's just kind of whatever works for you. And there we go. All right. That's nice. All right, and this joint, this ball joint wants to be completely exposed. So we're gonna have to trim some of this off. As I said, I'd rather cut it off now and use it than have it spoil and not be able to use it at all. Alright, so you want to get all this shit out of here. I'm going to make it neat as possible to make it easier for the salt to do its thing. There we go. Yeah. Alright, now it's just a matter of cleaning. That ball's out nice. Now it's just a matter of cleaning the face up a little bit. Go. Any of this stuff that, I mean, it's not going to improve the quality of it, get rid of it. I want it as nice, smooth as possible. Alright, now I'm going to work on his face a little bit. And me, I like to take a little bit of the skin off. This it would be a prosciutto. We're gonna be pressing this. And I know most of you are saying you don't, with a prosciutto, you want to leave the skin on, and that's true, but and the fat cap, but there's no need to have that much. When I press this, eventually this whole side will be nice meat, and the skin will all be on the other side. Makes it easier when you cut it up. Again, I don't want to take all the fat off, but I do want to take this stuff here off. To me, it's more of a hindrance than anything else. And we get under it. Just kind of drag your knife tip along. As you'll see when I go back later, I'm gonna harvest all this fat and put it in a pile here, and that'll go to make sausage. So it ain't gonna get wasted. All right. So I got a nice face now. A little bit more off of here. All right. I'm good with that. Now what we're going to do is we're going to press this. What we're trying to do is we're trying to force all the blood coming out here. and force all the blood out of those arteries. You want to get rid of as much of that as you can. Squeezing it'll, here, coming out of everywhere here. Squeezing it will take care of a lot of it, but press it right now. A big of a towel, just mop it up. Get as much of that blood off of there as possible. Because when we salt this, we're going to salt this and we're going to press it. And that's what's going to cure it. Let me flip it over here. Let me dress this face up a little bit. All right. Well, that looks good. Beautiful. All right, so now that this is dressed, I'll get the salt cure ready. The other thing I want to do, I want to get in here up at the hock. There's 2 bones here at the hock. And I want to see if I can get in there with the knife. Just a little. Make a little pocket around that hock. So you get your fingers in there and right in along this hock here. Because what we're going to do, we're going to stuff this full of salt. Because what's going to happen is, yeah, that's what we want, is if you're going to get any spoilage, it's going to be along this bone, and right in here where the joint is, there's going to be where you're going to spoil. So we want this ball exposed nice, and we want that hock, so we can get enough salt in along that hock, so we don't have to worry about any problems coming back at us later. There, get that exposed a little bit more. Yeah, that should be good. And actually, probably more than we need, but I'd rather have more than less. All right, so give me a minute. We're gonna press this a little bit more. See the blood still coming out? We'll get as much of the blood out of it as we can. And then after I massage this for a bit, I'll be back and we'll do the next part where we're gonna salt it. Because I'm doing 2. I'm doing 1 prosciutto, like probably this one. I don't know, I got 2. So we'll pick one and do it as a prosciutto. And then one we're going to do as a country ham. All right. So I'll come back and show you the spices and the rubs for each one. All right. Be back in a little bit. Okay, bye.